Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. You know who it is. It's your favorite bearded duelist, Mr. Omar. I'm back at it again to drop some knowledge on you. Now, I want my viewers to know that I'm a big Six Samurai player. I really enjoy this archetype. This was actually the first deck that took me to my first local OTS first place. So I was very thrilled to find out when I was looking on the internet and found out that Six Samurais is about to get some new support. So with that being said, we have two synchro monsters. We have two tuner monsters. And we have a spell card that's getting ready to come out. Now, I'm really excited about this archetype because this archetype has the ability to OTK your opponent, one turn kill them. On top of that, it has a very decent, great, and abundant player base, especially with cards like Gateway of the Six Samurai. You have Asceticism of the Six Samurai. You also have Six Samurai United. So all these combinations of cards that goes with the deck is very powerful, very explosive. So we're going to get into a great discussion about this deck to see, will it be meta friendly? Will it take Samurais to tier 1? That's what I want to talk about. So come on, take a journey with Mr. Omar. You just might learn something. So now with that being said, I'm going to enlighten you. We have a level 3 tuner called Monk of the Six Samurai. Now I have to say I'm very impressed with Konami with, giving us a little spoilers list, a little tidbit to see what the archetype consists of. Now this is a Dark Warrior. This card is a level 3 tuner, also with the stats, 500 attack, 0 defense. Now I was kind of surprised when I started reading the effect of Monk of the Six Samurai. It says you can only special summon with one first effect. So this card has 3 effects within itself that really had shocked me. And I was like, okay. So we're gonna get into the effects. The first effect of this card name once per turn. It says you can only use the second effect and the third effect in each name once per turn. So that means you can't do a bunch of chaining with the card. You can only use the card one time per turn, which makes kind of sense with it being a tuner. You can go into your synchro, bring out your synchro material. The first effect, you can control one Six Samurai monster other than Monk of the Six Samurai. You can special summon this card from your hand. So it's kind of treated as an additional special summon, which I like. So if you control Six Samurai, special summon it from the hand, go into your synchro play. The second effect is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one quick play Six Samurai spell card. So, you have Asceticism, you got Strike. Oh, that's pretty decent. And you can add it almost like a rotor from deck to hand. Pretty decent. Then we have the third effect. It says a Six Samurai synchro monster used with this material gains the effect. The level of all monsters your opponent control is reduced by 1. So with it being reduced by 1, I can't complain about that. So you kind of limit and kind of stop your opponent from doing like synchro plays, XYZ plays that can still link, but you kind of mess with the star level, which will really hinder them. So I kind of like what this card does. It's pretty decent, the Monk. My thing is, within the Six Samurai, you have your ratios. Would you run this card of 3 copies or would you do 2 copies? Something to think about. So we're going to go into the next one. We have a level 2 Warrior Earth Monster. Now this is called Instructor of the Six Samurai. He's a level 2 Earth Tuner effect monster. So instead of we always going with our regular Kagemusha, Gimba, which are like level 2s, and level 3s, they gave us an Earth one. And I like the stats because I'm understanding with asceticism, you can target one Six Samurai monster you control, especially summon one with the exact same attack of it. So you can go into a Kakeki play. So that helps you go into your legendary Six Samurai machine. Got to think about that. So I definitely like what's going on with it. Now, I'm going to read the stats of it. It's 200 attack, 1200 defense. Not really heavy on attack, but the effect is pretty unique. So I can't complain about that. So think about it. I would probably run this probably because of the stats. And you can asceticism with Kigeki. I would run this at least about probably 3 copies. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what this card does. The instructor of the Six Samurai. I like that. It says you can only special summon this card with the first effect once per turn. It says you can only use this effect second and third once per turn. So let's get to the first effect. It says if you control a Six Samurai monster, you can special summon the instructor from your hand to the field. Pretty decent. So it's kind of like the monk. You can special summon if you control Six Samurai monster. So it allows you to go into your synchro plays. Let's read the second effect. It says if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1/6 strike card from your deck to hand. So it didn't say Six Samurai, which really kind of alarms me. I really want to say Six Samurai, but it says 6 strike. So we have a spell card, quick play spell, and then we also have a trap. That's a 6 strike card. So it's going to make you want to play with the card more accessibly. But I will run multiples. I'll probably run 1 copy of each, depending on how good the card is. And then we have the third effect. It says a Six Samurai Synchro used as material gains the effect. Monsters your opponent controls lose a 500 attack. So it's a decrease for your opponent's 3,000, 2,500 attacker. Make it 2,000, make it 2,500. So it's kind of accessible for you to decrease them and then just beat over your opponent boss monster. Kind of get what you're saying. And this what I'm really excited about right here. We have the legendary Cliche Six Samurai Shin. Now it looks like legendary Six Samurai Shin, but it kind of like got a different kind of feel to it because I like what this synchro does. Now this is what Six Samurai players needed all along. He gave us spell and trap negation. But this one, let me read the stats. It's a level 6 synchro dark monster. The stats are 2,500, 1,900 defense. Now, kind of like legendary Six Samurai Shin, pretty decent. I'd rather for it to be 3,000. Now that would have made a tremendous beatdown difference. I really would have enjoyed that one. So we're gonna go into the effect. It says if this card is synchro summon, you can add 1 Six Samurai monster or Shin effect monster from either your deck or the graveyard. So that is very beneficial. So especially Shin, so you can do Great Shogun Shin, which is a beautiful card within itself. Let's see what the second effect. It says once per turn when your opponent activates monster effect, quick effect. You know what I'm saying? Quick effect. Quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. That's something we definitely been missing in Six Samurais. Because the way the meta is, effects will go off all day. I really wish it wouldn't have been a once per turn though. If they could have gave you like twice per turn, that would have made this card seriously broken. So Konami, pay attention to what we want. Come on, give us what we want. All right, let's get ready to go into the third effect. Since if this card will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send 1 monster you control instead of this card. Now, I'm noticing something. In Six Samurai Shin, it usually would be a Six Samurai monster that you would have to send in the place of it. But now it's only a monster. So, I'm thinking now, if I were to change of heart, take my opponent's monster, activate some kind of effect or effect to destroy the card, I'll send my opponent monster. Still keep mine on board. So hey, I like that. That's very beneficial. I like that. So oh yeah, that's definitely a winner right there. Now we have another one. And this is a synchro. This is a level 6. So we taking a level up from the previous. We had level 5s, now we got level 6. We have, hopefully I don't butcher this name, we have the Shima Rakusha Ishin. It's a legendary Cliche 6 Samurai Shien, or Ishin. So he kind of favors Ishin. Got the armor, like that. Now let's get into the stats of this card. We have it's a 1700 attack, 1200 defense. It's a light warrior monster synchro. So I like that. That's pretty decent right there. Yeah, we definitely can work with that. Now let's get into the effect. It says you control first and the third effect of this card and each once per turn. We're gonna go with the first one. It says if this card is synchro summoned, you can banish any number of 6 samurais from your graveyard to target any target that monster your opponent controls and return to the hand. So it's kind of like you got a built-in compository evacuation. You banish 3 monsters, you can return 3 monsters. I wish it was just a card though. If it would have said card, non-targeting, we would have been in there. But that's pretty decent. We're going to go with the second effect. It says warrior monsters you control gains 500 attack and defense during the battle phase only. So you can have legendary CN being powered up to 3,000, which that's what I was talking about. Being able to break over the 2,500 barrier is really beneficial. Now let's get into this third effect. It says if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one of your banished 6 samurai monsters. So you can intentionally, I'll say, banish a Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai. The card gets destroyed, you bring it right back. If they use the effect to pop the Grandmaster, graveyard effect, return it back to your hand, special summon again as long as you control the 6 Samurai monster. I'm really liking that. Now that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. I can't knock that card. I wish the stats was a little higher, but 1,700, 1,200 defense, not too bad, not too shabby. Especially with the battle phase, you being attacked, all your monsters be powered up by 500. So you will make that 2,200. You will make Shien 3,000. Hmm. Hmm. And we have one more. We have 6 strike double assault. Now this is a quick play spell card. Let's get into the effect. So you can set it, activate on your turn or your opponent's turn, which will definitely be beneficial. Let's get into what this card does. So you can only activate the first and the second of this effect in the name once per turn. So that means you can't activate back to back to back. You can only choose one or the other. This is the first one. It says apply the effect. You can control 2 or more 6 samurai monsters and apply them both in a sequence. You can special summon one 6 samurai monster with 2,000 or less attack from your hand or your graveyard. Not too bad. You have a little augmentation for being a monster reborn. Let's go with the second effect. Says during the main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard to target 1 6 samurai monster in your graveyard and add to your hand. So you can definitely recycle and add your Kizaru, your Kigeki, your Kizan, something very beneficial. It's not too bad, not too bad. And it's just basically now you're giving the 6 Samurai deck more recyclability. And I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm very, very kind of pleased. Now we won't get these cards until October 2024. So it's June right now. We got like almost 3.5 months before we get this support for the 6 Samurai, which I am looking forward to it. So I already got my 6 Samurai deck in the binder. Just waiting for the support to come out. But hopefully I'll be proxying, especially if I go to YGL Pro. Hopefully they'll put those cards on there so I can start test playing early. to figure out what will be my best combo and best strategies with the deck. So with that being said, you know who this is. This is your favorite bearded duelist, Mr. Omar. I appreciate you coming in. I'm very excited and charged up about the Six Samurai archetype. It's going to be a phenomenal thing when we get this support for the deck. So I want you to like, share, subscribe. Please comment. Let me know how you feel to all my Six Samurai players, because it's been a long time coming. We haven't had no recent shift in the archetype. And I had to say feel like about 2 years. The last thing we got was a General of the Six Samurai. So, Konami, please, and just get us all to the Six Samurai players. Let us get 3 gateways. Then we can just do our due diligence. Please, by all means. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for coming on in, checking out the channel, having this discussion about the Six Samurai new support for 2024. Y'all have a great and a blessed day. And hit me back because, hey, later on, we're going to be doing something special. Your favorite bearded duelist, Mr. Omar. Peace.